Hello there. Our brush tonight is my Simpson fillet in horn. I'm going to put it over here in some warm water and let it warm up. The soap tonight is unlabeled, but this is Gentleman's Nod Sir Arthur soap. I have my laptop over that way. I'm going to refer to it now. This is a Bull Goose exclusive. I think it is discontinued. It smells wonderful. The gentleman that gave it to me got it unlabeled for review when it first came out. And thank you, by the way. He does not wish to be identified, but thank you. This smells absolutely lovely. But I have the description from Bull Goose here. And it says, Sir Arthur is Gentleman's Nod's foray into classic fougere, and it is a Bull Goose exclusive. The premium scent was crafted by a perfume house in the eastern United States for Bull Goose shaving, and it is similar to Trumper's Wild Fern and Penhaligon's English Fern. The scent features musk, oak moss, basil, amber, woody notes, and a whisper of patchouli. Sir Arthur's utilizes Gentleman's Nod's Cardinal, or tallow, base that is revered for its slickness, post-shave feel, and lather structure, chock full of milks, proteins, and skincare ingredients. The soap is excellent in both skincare and performance. And I love fougeres. And this is a perfumey fougere. They're kind of different kind of takes on fougere. And it's absolutely lovely. The strength is, in my opinion, it's very bold in the strength scent, or in the scent strength. So this is what we're going to use. But I want to talk a bit about, I'm going to put some water on that for a second, about the razor that we're going to use. So we're going to move down and we're going to talk about that. The razor we're using tonight is called the Focus Slim AL, which stands for aluminum. It is a full aluminum bodied razor. Everything on it is aluminum, 100%. I saw this razor a year or two, or maybe even 3, reviewed on, I believe it was a Shave Nook forum. I believe it'll stand and all of that. But it's a really unique looking razor. I'm not familiar with anything that it looks like. And it's just, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yes, it's made in Italy. And this is a shavette that takes a half DE blade. But it doesn't take like the half DE blades that they sell. And it won't take a DE blade that you cut in half with a pair of scissors. We're going to use a Persona Med Prep in this. What we're going to do is take it, break it in half. If you see, I don't know if you can, the way this blade broke, it's bent. Let me look at the other side just to make sure it is not a better can. Okay, yeah, this is better. You see how that is bent? This is what helps hold the blade in this razor. I've never loaded this before, I've just looked. But this is the way it's loaded. You put it with the curved part down and hook it in just like this. this slides over. And now see, that's okay. I need it to properly sit in there. Okay, now that was very difficult to close because that curve in where the blade broke creates like a spring tension that holds it all in place. So I'm going to put this back away. Okay, so let's load up some soap. Hey, we got a 48-degree day today. It's wet as all get out, but I'll take it. I got a bunch of stuff I need to do. I'd like to go and get some photography, and this is morning. I might have said to brush tonight or whatever, because I'm used to saying that. Okay, because I generally shave at night, but I'm shaving in the morning this time. But I may go and I'd like to go, rather, and do some photography today, but I got a boatload of stuff I need to get done that I haven't been able to get done because the weather's been so cold and nasty. Also, I don't know when this will air, but right now Texas is in an unprecedented winter event. Much of Texas is without power as I speak. I have family in Texas. Several hours ago, like 15 or 20 hours ago, my sister Connie said they'd been without power for 7 hours. And as far as I know, they don't have any power back yet. It's incredibly cold there. It's colder there than it is in a lot of places in Alaska right now. Texas don't know how to deal with that. Trust me, I lived in Texas. I love Texas, but they have no clue how to deal with winter. Anyway, and their infrastructure is not prepared for it. Right now, from what I am seeing, basically the power infrastructure in Texas has almost completely failed in most parts of that area. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the sheen on that soap. Oh, every time I see that, I pretty much am guaranteed that that's going to be fantastic soap. Oh man, the scent from the container changes a whole lot, and I can smell like the fern, the oak mossy kind of stuff more than it's a perfume scent in the container, and it's still a perfume scent on my face, but it's much bolder, much fougere, much more woody, ferny. Oh, I can smell the basil and the oak moss and sorry, I can't help it. That's a fantastic scent. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if this is discontinued. Hold on. Let me just try to add that to the cart and see if it'll take it. Yeah. It took it, so it must be in. It doesn't say on here how much you get in a tub, but it looks like 4 ounces, 4.5 ounces. The tub size does to me, but it's This is a $29 soap, so it's actually on the high side. But the scent, and this is absolutely fabulous. the lather is taking water like you would not flipping believe. That's a crap ton of water right there. And I bet you I could put more in that. Yeah. It feels like to me, I'm going to stop there, but it feels like to me that I could add a crap ton more water to that. I mean, you see right now, there's so much water in it that it's running, which I love. If you're shaving with a straight razor or a shavette, that water content is something that you flipping want. Now this razor, the instructions that I believe it was Jared from Superior Shave, which is where you will find it, that he gave in one of the videos was that you lay this really close to your face and then you use that little bevel there to guide the razor. So the spine needs to be close. To me, that's typical straight razor territory. I don't know if I'm going to be able to feel that spine or not, but it don't matter. We're gonna find the angle with this razor. Oh yeah, wonderfully smooth. Today was probably not that's a lovely shave. Today's probably not the best day, and I'm getting a clean pass. So I've got the angle. For me to use a shavette, that blade, that MedPrep, man, that's smooth. I love these blades. And my friend who gifted me those blades years ago, you know who you are. If you're watching, and I bet you are, thank you. They're outstanding. But like I was saying, I've been interested in this razor ever since I saw it on the Shave Nook 2 or 3 years ago. Now, you might look at this razor and see, well, it's kind of squared off. Now, that can't be comfortable. It feels like a straight razor to me. And I have to constantly make sure that I understand that you know, the blade doesn't extend all the way down here like a regular straight razor. I've got to make sure I understand that I have this small area to shave with, or I'm trying to use a heel down here that doesn't exist. So it might look cumbersome, but it is not. That's a really nice shavette. The blade is outstanding. Ow, and I cut myself. But I don't think it was too bad. It'll bleed a little bit. I'll put a styptic on it. If it does. it takes a minute or two for me to start bleeding. Even from a deep cut. But that's a fantastic soap. It's wonderfully slick. Yeah. You can't really ask for much more in a shaving soap than that. That's a lovely soap. The scent is out of this world. The lather's flying everywhere. I'm gonna handle this little cut. Just a little nick. I'm going to take a styptic pen. I always run it under cold water. I don't know if it matters or not, but to me, warm water will make you bleed more, and cold water will tend to help you stop bleeding. And so it just seems to make sense to me to use cold water in a styptic with a styptic. But that is, if you're new to shaving, that's basically all you need to do is to rub it there on the cut. And what I do is that right there. And let's wet the face and go for the against the grain pass. That's a lovely razor. The soap is fabulous. The scent of this soap is unbelievably good. Yeah, thank you, my friend. And thanks for watching, guys. This is turning out to be a fantastic shave. Now, you might say to me, well, you nicked yourself. How can it be a fantastic shave if you nicked yourself? Well, are we men or are we mice? Okay. This is shaving. This is a sharp, fairly open blade. That is part and parcel of wet shaving. It comes with the territory. A little tiny nick, which is all that really was, should not ruin the experience. Part of the game. It's kind of like, you know, I'm not lifting myself up. I'm not saying that I'm a great martial artist or anything like that, but one of the things that I can relate it to as a black belt, and I reopened that just a little bit. Part of it is because I have that scar where I cut myself, and the blade is catching on that. I'll take care of it here in a minute. I can't help but think about an analogy. I'm a I'm a martial artist. I don't practice like I should anymore because I'm older and my body doesn't like to work as well. And usually when I start practicing kicks and things of that nature, I pay for it. Okay? I can still do them, but it takes a more of a toll on my body than it used to. But when I was learning, I broke my ribs like 8 times. When you're sparring with someone, it's kind of like a friendly fight, a well-coordinated fight. The only problem with that is that coordination only goes so far. And you will move, and the other person will move, and part of the art of it is to try to kind of guess where the person is going to move. And inevitably what will happen is you will move one way thinking that the person is moving in this direction, and when actually that person will be moving in the other direction, and you'll catch a foot in the ribs or something like that, and it'll snap. I snapped my ribs had my ribs snapped so many times that after about the 4th or 5th time, I didn't even know they were broken until I started having problems breathing. Would have to go to a doctor, and the doctor would say, "Well, you have 2 or 3 broke ribs," and because I didn't even feel it anymore. It happened so many times. But what I'm trying to say is I never let that stop me from loving what I was doing. So a little nick or a little cut during a shave, don't let that ruin your shave, because gorgeous. Because gorgeous. Okay. Just gorgeous. One of the things that I didn't do, and hang on a minute, with a modern shave vest that takes the Feather Artist Club blades and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about it because they are done. It's done for you on the blade. But if you look, this has a little shoulder that's supposed to protect you from the corners of that blade. But you see how that's sticking up above that? Okay. What I normally do is take a DE blade, if I'm using a shavette, and put it on a stone and just soften those 2 corners. The same way you would if you were honing a square point razor for someone and they either were not experienced at shaving with one, or I have a couple, one in particular, that it does not matter how good you are. With that particular razor, you will leave tracks in your face if you don't mute the tip of that razor. I don't mute the tip of any other square point that I own because I do not find it an issue. But that one, I believe it's a Geneva Cutlery or a Genco. If you don't mute it, you'll have tracks in your face when you go to try to shave with it, because it develops a point that is beyond any of the others that I've ever seen, and it will cut you open if you don't mute it. So generally I mute those two corners. Now, that don't have anything to do with the nick that I got here. This scar caught that very sharp and flexible edge of that DE blade, and I nicked myself. That's part and parcel of understanding your face. That's still kind of a new feature on my face that I have to get used to. But don't let a little nick or a little weeper or even like that. It was not pleasant, okay, at all. And those of you that saw the video know, I didn't like it, but the shave was still good, okay. The guy that was running the razor made a bad mistake, but you should do your very best to enjoy your shave, no matter what. Have a positive attitude about everything, and understand, look, you are shaving with a sharp blade. You're going to get weepers, you're going to get nicks, you're going to get cuts. It's a part of the process. Enjoy your shaves. Alright, thank you guys. I'm going to close out with Aramis, which I think is kind of a close match. Yeah, it really is. There's a bit more. This doesn't have the, there's a really sharp note within this accord of this soap that is missing from Aramis, and they're not a direct comparison whatsoever, but this works really well with that. So anyway, that's been Sir Arthur from Gentleman's Nod, Bull Goose exclusive. Bless you, and thank you for coming along. I'll talk to you later.